Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. I am so glad they did these tapings. I really am. And it really shows that they're trying to make a difference. We actually had 2 hours and 4 minutes this week. Consistently, we've been having 2 hour shows since they've been airing the tapings, and it makes me wonder, like, did I really sit through all these hours of wrestling for these Ring of Honor tapings I went to? It's insane. Man, it's just been really great, and I think everybody who's been watching it has definitely the change, and that they're putting more effort into these shows, and I absolutely love it. Now, I will say what I didn't love is that they started the show off showing what happened at Collision for the Ring of Honor tag titles when the Kingdom lost them to Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes. And they made me relive that moment again. Now, what they did here, this episode was taped like maybe 2 weeks ago, I want to say. And the Kingdom did have the tag titles with them to the ring. And what they ended up doing is they started the show off with 8-man tag. We had a Dark Order and the Kingdom versus the Von Erichs, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin. And what they did is they did not show the entrance of them coming out there so that you couldn't see them with the tag titles. So I guess I understood where that was coming from, because obviously maybe they knew that they were going to take the titles off of them, whatever the situation was. So we just got straight into the action to start off the show, which was a little bit weird. No entrances or anything like that. Still a really great match. And man, I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm just like, I love seeing heels come together for a greater cause, which is to beat up the baby faces. However, I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I'm just tired out when it comes to the baby faces having the upper hand in like almost every situation. And I get it. The baby faces are supposed to be the superheroes. They're the reasons why people come back. But people like me, who are very much into heels, I want to see them like taking quite a few W's as well. So did it surprise me to see the baby faces taking the win here? No. Still a great matchup to start off the show. No entrances with this kind of made it feel a little bit weird for opening the show, but still a great match. And you know what? The Kingdom, they better get their titles back like real soon. Now, speaking of heels getting the upper hand, we did have Fuego del Sol teaming up with Atlantis Jr. and Serpentico against the Cage of Agony. Brian Cage got his little X-Men gear thing going on, and it's so cute. I love it. It's so cute. Bishop Khan, Lord have mercy. Oh, this man. Oh, my God. Anyway, another great matchup here. It's great to see Fuego getting some TV time. Okay, we cool with it. Atlantis Jr. TV champion, not putting the titles on the line this week, but at least we got a chance to see him at Ring of Honor doing something and showing people what it is that he has to offer. So I'll take that. Now, Cage of Agony, they end up taking the win, rightfully so. And I don't know necessarily what's going to happen here. 6-man tag titles are obviously with the Von Erichs and Dustin. They're going to have to put that on the line. But then also Dustin has the tag titles as well. Bitch, you're going to have to put that on the line too. So where is this going in terms of both of these sets of titles? I don't know. Give it back to the Cage of Agony. Give it to somebody. Or, just leave the tag titles on Dustin. To be honest, I think I would rather Dustin continue with the Von Erichs and, drop the tag titles to somebody, anybody else. Sammy, you can go for maybe, I don't know, maybe the TV title or something. I'm over it. Up next, we had the Living Dead Girl, Abaddon versus Alejandra Lyon. And I was looking at her and I was like, wait a minute. I was literally with her at Nigel's show the other day and I had no clue. Didn't even realize that I already had seen her at Ring of Honor. You guys, sometimes, sitting through all these matches that they did, we sat through 8 hours, I guess, about 8 hours that first day, the next day was close to about the same time. Man, it's so many matches that I've seen these past few weeks. So I didn't even realize that I was in a room with a lot of local wrestlers. And it was interesting to see them actually be on Ring of Honor. And for whatever reason, I just didn't realize it. This was more of a squash. You know what they say. When so-and-so was in action, it's a squash. But it was not a bad squash. They both look great in this match. But Abaddon obviously going to take the win. Abaddon has their eyes on the women's title. Athena Girl, this is not going to be an easy matchup for you with Abaddon. I don't know when they're going to end up facing each other. They're not going to stretch this out into the next pay-per-view. Final battle is in December. There's just no way us being here in August that they're going to stretch something out that far. So I could imagine giving it a couple of more weeks before we actually do get Abaddon versus Athena. And I can't wait to see that. After this, we do have the Pillars of Destiny, who at first I thought were bears, but I think they are cavemen. I don't know what that is. They are going against the MXM Collection. And I have to say, MXM Collection, they are dedicated to these characters that they're doing, and I absolutely love it. They're really great as a tag team. The chemistry is absolutely on point, and you would think that seeing this type of gimmick that they're doing probably wouldn't work, and people absolutely love it. I mean, only in pro wrestling where you see guys wanting to touch each other's tips. Like, this is just absolutely crazy. It was actually okay. It wasn't bad, but there were some hiccups in the match. Mostly on the side of the Pillars of Destiny. And I remember that specifically when I saw it the first time when I was there, and just being like, oh no, I really want them to do well, because this actually wasn't a squash. This was literally just two tag team getting in the ring, having a good amount of time going at it. And I just really wanted there to be no hiccups, because the tag division, y'all, whether it's on AEW, Ring of Honor, we need to do something to revive these divisions, because it's getting a little out of hand here. So I was hoping for the best. We had a couple of hiccups, but overall, still a great match. MXM Collection ended up taking the win. And honestly, I'm enjoying them since they've been with AEW. I do enjoy their energy. They are great with the crowd. They make you laugh, and they just make you want to see more. And that gives me hope for the tag division. Well, we'll see. Now after this, we have Erica Lee. Yes, Erica Lee, who is with the Outrunners. She is going against Trish Adora. Prayers for you, Erica. Obviously did not take the win. Trish Adora, oh my gosh, I felt like she was in a losing streak for like ever, and just knowing that she was going against Erica, I was just like, well, this is an easy one for us, girl. I know you're taking the win. Erica, not bad. Would like to see more of her. She definitely fits with the Outrunners, and I love the Outrunners. The other day when they had their last episode of Collision in Arlington, they sold out their shirts, and I knew it. I was like, they posted it earlier that morning and said, hey, we got new shirts, and they were sold out by the time I went over there to get me one of them shirts. So I guess I'm gonna have to order one from AEW shop. So I need one of them shirts. Either way, it still was okay. You know, nothing over the top here. Trish Adora takes the win. And I guess we're cool with that. After this, we have KM. Y'all remember KM? He is tall and he's really big. Goes against Commander. Commander is like, looks like a child in front of him. The match was not that bad, but it was definitely a David versus Goliath type of situation, which is very cliche in pro wrestling. Not bad, but probably not a matchup that I would put together. Commander obviously being sort of kind of maybe one of the chosen few over there in AEW, ends up taking the win. No surprise. We do have another match. This time we have EJ and Duca. Oh my God, this guy is just, he has the look of a champion. And I'm so excited. I remember like 2 years or so back being on AEW shows and seeing him in dark match, and here he is in Ring of Honor putting in work. He goes against Dion Rushman, and this match was okay, but I really do feel like you got a chance to see who EJ is. He hasn't had too many matches with Ring of Honor, But I'm telling you, Tony Khan, if you're not prioritizing making this dude a big freaking deal in Ring of Honor, there is a problem. Some of you guys have maybe seen EJ in the independents. He also is part of Swerve's crew. Swerve got like a crew of people that he's always hanging out with, and EJ's one of those guys always working out and going to like events and all these things. So I do hope that being around Swerve brings a little bit of influence to him as well, because I could really see if he was in my fucking roster, I would take this guy and push him to the moon and see what we can get out of him. He looks very promising. He takes the win here. I don't think this shows the best of him, but it's going to take some time before I think they push him towards that direction where we get to see him in the ring with more bigger key players in Ring of Honor. But we'll see. Still a great effort for EJ. I got my eyes on you, bruv. I want to see more. So now after this, we do have some local talent versus the Iron Savages and Jack Jameson. I'm not even going to pretend I remember these guys' name. But it was more on the short side. I don't know what's going on, but they didn't give the zoom in for Titty City. And then I was just like, can you zoom in on the titties? You guys, the camera did not zoom in on the titties. A little more sort of like a squash. Iron Savages, Jack Jameson, they're so fun. I love seeing these guys. They really do play with the crowd a lot. And that's what I love about wrestlers that do that, because they don't just get in the ring and get out and go home. They make you feel like you're part of the show. So I really do enjoy them. But this could have been sort of better, but not bad for what it was. After this, Marina Shafir takes on Tiara James. Tiara is just so beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. More a little bit on the squash match. We had a couple of moments when Tiara had the upper hand, but Marina Shafir ends up taking the win via submission. And she used to do the, what was it called? Mother's Milk. And now she's doing something else. And then she ends up kissing you goodnight at the end, whatever the situation is. I absolutely love it. Marina looks like she probably can whoop Roderick Strong's ass, and I can see it. And with that being said, I think they could be pushing her to be a big deal. She has something different in comparison to the other girls, and I don't know if they're going to use that to their advantage with pushing Marina. With Athena have had the title since December of 2022. There's a lot of work to be done with. She's going close to 2 years now with this title. There's a lot of women that should be looking like they're close to getting that title from Athena, and Marina, if they push her right, could be possibly next. We'll see what happens with that. Now after this, I was a little surprised. We had Jacoby Watts teaming up with Nick Comoroto to go against Daddy Magic and Angela Parker. And I was just like, oh, where y'all been? Daddy Magic, he's been doing commentary for the most part and walking around with Daniel Garcia, but he has been missing for a bit. And then Angela Parker, last time I think we see him, I think actually, you know what? I think they did have another Ring of Honor tag match, maybe. But then you guys know that they ended up announcing the whole pregnancy with Ruby Soho not too long ago. So it was great to see them in action. To be honest, I wish it would be a little bit more consistent with them as a team, because we don't see them as often. Daddy Magic, for once, did not have that corset bandage around his stomach, because he was having that for the longest. So now he looks a little bit better than usual that we've been seeing him. So it was great to see that. Jacoby Watts has potential of having the craziest, wildest gimmick right now in pro wrestling. Him being this kind of cult leader type preacher person, and it is so it's cliche 80s type of vibe, but I feel like the company has not taken advantage of that at all. And there's just so much you can do with that. And I don't know what's going on, but Tony Khan, I think even though we've been seeing a focus better matches, longer shows, that's cool. But I think there has to be a bigger focus on a lot of these characters. Some of these characters seems to be thought out, but not necessarily playing out in stories. So Jacoby Watts is one of them. They actually end up losing to Matt Menard and Angela Parker. We even get a promo from the Righteous and Lance Archer. They are another group of people that kind of seem like they don't fit, that something is wrong with these people, but there is something about them that is very interesting that I think that they could be using and come up with a really interesting, unique story with these guys. And there's no story. They're just there. And I appreciate them being there, but people need them stories to come back to on a weekly basis. And what's his name? Lance Archer, who for a good 2-3 weeks they was making him seem like a monster, and he was going around saying, yo, you guys forgot who I am, I'm gonna show y'all who a monster hog monster is, and all this stuff, man. And what did they do? They fed him to Will Ospreay, and now he's back on Ring of Honor. He's looking for something to do. It's not consistent enough to me at all. And we need to step it up with the storylines. I appreciate where they are definitely making improvements, but we gotta remember, we can see wrestling all day long, but the stories always keep people coming back for more. We need more thought out stories, especially with these already interesting characters that are there. After this, we have Tony Nese. Lord have mercy. Tony Nese is just activating ovaries all over the world right now. This guy is in perfect shape. I don't know who looks better right now in pro wrestling. He has Mark Sterling with him, going against Lio Rush, who keep coming out with that comforter jacket. And this was a really interesting matchup. Let me tell you, Mark Sterling, he is something else. Every time they get a chance to throw Lio Rush out the ring, Mark Sterling is taking his church shoes and stomping him out. And that I can appreciate. And it's so weird because, like, Brandon, cutie referee Brandon, who is official in this match, for whatever reason, just keep falling for Tony Nese, just wanted to have a chat with him in the middle of the ring. Meanwhile, Mark Sterling is stomping out Lio Rush. And we get to a point where Lio Rush is like, man, fuck that, and just gives Mark Sterling a tope suicida. Mark Sterling is literally flat on the ground, okay? And everybody's cheering and clapping. They're loving it. And I'm just like, man, Mark Sterling don't deserve this. He could barely hurt a fly. This was actually a really cool matchup, aside from the referee seeming to be too distracted about having conversations with Tony Nese in the middle of a match. It was fun, and I see, man, Tony Nese, I know he's one of those heels, he's one of those guys that definitely helped the talent look great. I don't mind seeing a title on this guy. I would not mind it at all. Lio Rush, is this Lio Rush's first win since he's been back, like first singles win? Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but it's great to see him take a win. And, man, oh no, wait. He beat Blake Christian last week, I think he did. Well, whatever the situation is, it's been great to see Lio Rush back. I don't know if he's going to go back to wherever he's going to be, like back to like New Japan or whatever. But Tony Khan, we would love to have more time with Lio Rush. And while you're there, give me Tony Nese too. All right, main event, we have Mark Briscoe versus Beast Mortos for the Ring of Honor World Championship. A few weeks back, if y'all don't remember, on Dynamite, they had like either it was an 8-man tag or it was a 6-man tag. I can't really remember. And Beast Mortos took the win for his team by pinning Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe ain't forget. Mark Briscoe feeling salty about it. And, offered to put the title on the line. Say, hey, you pinned me during that match. Let's see if you can do it again. They have a really great matchup. I really enjoyed this. And to be completely honest with y'all, in terms of the tapings that I went to, this was the very first match they taped. The very first match that they taped weeks ago. And it was so interesting to see that after all these weeks and all these episodes that we've already gotten, that it'll play out after all this time. So that was pretty interesting to see. Man, Beast Mortos, this guy, the talent is there, absolutely there. And during the live, the watch along, everyone's talking about Beast Mortos and how talented he is, and if we can see like him getting a title. And honestly, I could. Only thing is that unfortunately there may be a language barrier. He may need someone to be doing the talking for him, and that is not always the best thing. If he's able to do it on his own, cool. I can see somebody like, I don't know, Don Callis doing the talking for him, whatever the situation is. This guy is absolutely, he is ready for something. He really is. And I feel like we're just getting started with him. Tony Khan, I don't know if he's signed. I really don't know if he's signed, but don't let nobody snatch him up. Don't let anyone snatch him up because he has a promising future to me. I really enjoyed him. He really brought that energy from Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, from the moment the bell rung, his energy was at a 15 out of 10, okay? From the very moment the bell rung all the way until the match was over. And that's what I love about Mark Briscoe. You know, he come out and give you little sermons every episode, but when he gets in that ring, man, he is just damn near flawless. And it's such a joy to see. Always have great energy. And like I said, Beast Muertos definitely brought that same energy. So it was a really great matchup. And sometimes I hate this type of situation where it's just like, for me, I don't think enough people are watching Ring of Honor to witness some of these matches that are so good. Man, I would have loved to see this. Now I did well before I get into that, Mark Briscoe obviously retains the title. I did forget to mention Angelico and Aaron Solo had a Pure Rules match, which was also a pretty good match. Angelico definitely underrated. Aaron Solo, we don't see him enough, but he's also underrated as well. He should be featured on the show a lot more. Angelico ends up taking the win. There are a lot of people in Ring of Honor AEW, but I still feel like there's enough time to showcase just about everybody on that roster. Really great episode tonight. There were some things where it's just like, whatever. But we got a 2-hour show. You see that they're definitely making positive changes, but there's still a lot of work to do, and I hope they can keep this up from here on. We still have a few more matches from the tapings that I've been to. So I think they'll probably get one more episode out of it, maybe. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Really good episode. So if you can check it out, go ahead and check it out. You guys, I will be back tomorrow with a review on Rampage. Obviously, watch along for Collision and review. And then on Saturday, we'll be doing the watch along and review for All In. Your girl is busy. And you know what? I couldn't have it any other way because I love pro wrestling. Guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. Bye.